Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television, GPTV. I'm Brett. In my hands is Almost Sunset, a rather intriguing graphic novel by Wahab Algarmi. So it is a story about a kid who is practicing Ramadan. I don't know, that's a worded like the way to describe it, but it's a story of going through Ramadan. He's a young kid, and I think it says this is like his third year doing it. So I don't know tons about Ramadan. I know it's a time period that like you fast. There's like a lot of rules about when you cannot eat. But I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, I'm an expert on Ramadan. And I think that was kind of the thing that intrigued me about reading this, is that I wanted to learn more about Ramadan. And the answer is I didn't learn a hell of a lot about Ramadan. It's really about this kid's struggle about, practicing Ramadan, going through his like normal day of school, soccer practice, wanting to hang out with his friends, but also having this like religious commitment. And to me, that's interesting. And I think that's interesting for people who maybe are more familiar with Ramadan or practice themselves, someone who's struggling with that, and it's totally fine. But I also find the story a little limiting in that way, in that like you really need to kind of experience this, I think, to really appreciate it. I've fasted. I've fasted for holidays myself, and there were rules about breaking it. In that, like if you were doing certain things where you were exerting yourself, have water. It's okay, like under certain rules, to break the fast. Especially kids. And I think that's part of the thing that got me frustrated during this, is that, you get the sense of this kid, Hassan, wanting to get through Ramadan and practice it, but I never got a sense as to why he wants to practice it. Like, it feels almost like he's going through the motions because everyone else is, and it feels like that's what his obligation is, as opposed to really, wanting to do it and experience it and have the faith to do it. Like, I never quite got that vibe off of it. The other fact is like he's fasting and having trouble at school. He's fasting, having trouble at soccer practice. Like, there's usually, I don't know Ramadan specifically, but as I said, like when I've done fasting, if you run into problems, if you run into health problems, like you're falling asleep during the day, there are rules that allow you to break and maybe have water or a small meal or something to get you through the day, so that doesn't happen. You're not supposed to do it to a negative amount where it's actually like causing you to suffer, and that's what we see for this kid. The fact that his parents don't notice it, I think, is to me a little frustrating as well. There's a teacher reaches out to his parents and he just gets in trouble, as opposed to the like, no, we need to get you to eat and get you to focus that way, like stop it. So to me, it's interesting, is like I grew up going to temple. I got bar mitzvahed. I got went through a lot, and I came out of it just having a disdain for religion as a whole, for a lot of the reasons that are shown in this book. It's a putting religion and all this above your personal safety or your personal happiness, or just being able to engage in a life. I can respect that in some ways, but it becomes a negative, which we see here. It gets to me frustrating, and it's again where I have issues with religion. So I kind of went in hoping to learn more about Ramadan and Eid and all that, but I walked away just being like, okay, they fast, and that's about it. Like, there's no real depth as far as going through the process explaining, and I never really got a sense that the main character really had like faith, as opposed to he's just going through the motions because his family goes through the motions. So yeah, it doesn't really come off as like this story about maybe faith and finding it and practicing religion as much as I would hope. And I, honestly, I kind of, as I said, I just walked away like very frustrated by it. I think it really just compounds my issues that I have with religion. So yeah, it's interesting. I think the other is like he's hiding it from his friends. I was like, does his friends not know his religion? Like, is this something you really don't know generally about your friends? Like, you know, I might not be able to say exactly which denomination of Christian some friends are, but I know they're Christian. I know they, you know, practice do Christmas and Easter and stuff. Like, it's just, to me, it seems like a very weird aspect of the book as well. Like, he's at this age and, like, no one has picked up what the hell his religion is, especially with his parents. Like, his mom's wearing a religious garb. Like, does no one notice that? Like, there's a lot of stuff in this where I'm just like, it doesn't quite make a lot of sense. But yeah, overall, it's interesting. I think it's good for people maybe who are going through Ramadan, for kids who are experiencing Ramadan or might be struggling through it or want to know a bit about it, you know, who are going to experience it themselves. To me, I think that's really the audience for this, and they would really appreciate it. But I think if you go in hoping to learn about a religion or religious practice, you're going to walk away somewhat disappointed. So definitely there's an audience for it. I can appreciate it on some levels, but, you know, I also think there was an opportunity that was missed. So out now, you can go get this. This is out in shops. We got a link beneath our video. Put in your zip code. It'll tell the shops near you. No shop, no problem. We have some links where you can purchase your own. There'll be affiliate links, so we do get a small percentage. By doing that, you help support our site. So thanks for that. And I want to thank HarperAlley for hooking us up with the review copy. And, of course, thank you all for watching. If you are into comics, if you're into graphic novels, check us out every single day at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, Instagram, TikTok, Mastodon, Threads, Blue Sky, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. So until next time, keep reading those comics and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.